And we're going to go ahead and get started. Good evening, everyone. My name is... Good evening.
Good evening, everyone.
There we
We're
go.
Ken and Lynn Robinson of Atlanta, Georgia.
That's right. That's right. We're down here in the South where the grass grows tall and the folks say y'all. So if I mess up some words or if I miss it, my wife was born in Connecticut. I was born in Atlanta. So I might just let her talk. But no, real talk, guys. We like to have fun. Okay. This is not one of these stuffy type presentations where you gotta, act like you're at work. We really have fun doing this. We enjoy it because we're sharing such happiness with people, and it's just an easy conversation. But first of all, let me just give you our background. I'll give you my background, then I'll let Lynn give you hers. Like I mentioned, I was born and raised in Atlanta. I'm an engineer by education. This is my alma mater. I actually, if you know any engineers, you know that they can be a little bit analytical and a lot of times even skeptical because we're taught to be logical. And if something don't make sense, we got to make it make sense, right? When I saw, well, and I laughed because I remember when I first saw this, I just shook my head and said, oh, here we go with another one of these, things that don't make sense. But they told me that this little patch would help people in a myriad of ways that I just couldn't wrap my head around. And all these testimonies and things, I was like, yeah, right. But I just couldn't figure out how a quarter-sized patch could be doing all the wonderful things that they said it did. And so I was trying to logically make this make sense. I'm a math guy, not a chemistry or biology guy. So I didn't know stem cells from no cells. I mean, from a battery cell. I mean, honestly, I heard of it, but I just didn't understand it. I mean, what do they do? And we're going to explain that to you tonight. But let us tell you our story and our journey. And I'll let Lynn take over for a minute.
Hi, good evening again, everyone. Our story and our journey with the X39 patch began over a year ago. And it's been incredible for us and for me particularly because my experience with understanding what stem cells are is I haven't heard about it until I was actually giving birth to my to our first son. And they were asking me if I wanted to preserve my embryonic stem cells. And it cost a lot of money just to save. I'm talking about thousands of dollars just to save it for just in case something were to happen to our son. So of course we declined it, but at that time I was just learning and understanding a little bit what it does. And it made sense back then, but because of the cost, we just kind of let it go. We just was doing things naturally because I'm more into doing natural things. Mm-hmm. My background is in health administration and the last 2-3 decades now. Mm-hmm. And when we were introduced to this technology, I had been experiencing some chronic pain and inflammation. At that time, about 2-3 years ago, I had been diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. And knowing what that is, you have a lot of inflammation in your joints. And
her knuckles would swell up, man, like she played basketball all her life. I mean, it was bad. I mean, and I know it was painful. I know it.
Yeah, so I did have my knuckles swell up. I had joints. My joints would stick out. They were red. They were inflamed. It was difficult for me to get out of bed in the morning because my feet couldn't touch the floor for a little while just so I can get my movement going. So once we were introduced to the patch.
Now, let me tell you guys something. Let me tell you something. Now, I had a little bit of problems with my knees. It was aches and pains. But my wife, Lynn, she had true pain. A friend of mine told me that. It's difference between aches and pains and true pain. And I wanted to make sure that this worked. So I said, here, I know what you're going through. Pain. Right.
So my true pain was applied right here on my wrist. This is where I put it on for the first time. And within a couple of minutes, the throbbing, because I was constantly experiencing throbbing sensation and that heat sensation. After I put on that patch, within minutes, that heating and that throbbing sensation that I was having was diminishing. And I was like, well, this is doing something. I wasn't quite sure what it was exactly. So we started to do our research.
Right. And that gave us the confidence to buy the first package. I'm going to alleviate some of the tension on the line. I mean, I know of our special guests that are on, you're wondering, okay, what's the catch? Guys, this is it's called a sleeve. You're going to hear that term a lot, sleeve. And in this sleeve, inside there, and inside this envelope, There are 30 of these, a month supply. You wear one every day, and I'll explain how all that works in a minute. We'll explain all that. But the sticker, let me remove the sticker shock. We're talking $99, $3 a patch, $99. So we were going to be customers regardless. Once she told me that, I don't care if it was psychosomatic, psycho crazy, whatever it was, she believed it helped her. So $100 a month was not going to stand in the way of feeling better. Right? Regardless of what it was.
Right.
So I'm still kind of skeptical, as you can tell, right? So, but it gave me the confidence to say, okay, she something's going on, and gave us the confidence to buy a bunch of these. Okay. At $99 a piece, they told me they give me a 30-day money-back guarantee. I said, I'm going to test it. I'm going to see. So I bought as many as they could sell me in one package and started to send them out to my friends. You're going to hear from a couple of them tonight. But the response we got was incredible, wasn't it? I mean, people were telling us all kinds of stories that it might be out of compliance. So I can't tell you all right now. But some of the feedback we got was like, Ken, what's in this patch?
We didn't think it was believable.
Well, we didn't. So guys, what I want to do now, I'm going to share my screen. And what I want to do is break down exactly what this is, how it works, and what's in it for you. I mean, that's the bottom line. I mean, we talk about this all the time, but what's in it for you is really what you want to hear. But again, your health is very important. I'm sure everybody would agree with that. Okay. So if nothing else, what's in it for you is a better quality of life. Okay. Now let's get into what this is. The question is, have you been patched? You see that lady that has it on her arm. What does this patch do? It elevates, activates, and regenerates your body. Okay. And the way it does it is it activates, elevates, and regenerates dormant stem cells. Now you may ask yourself a question, and this is the question: what the heck is a stem cell? I mean, what do they do? Why am I talking about stem cells? And as I did a little research, I was like, wow, I didn't know this. Stem cells are the building blocks of our body. Stem cells have the ability to change into other cells in our body. So let's say any organ in your body, let's say your skin is one of the biggest organ, right? You get a cut or a bruise. Stem cells go to work to help reduce that inflammation and regenerate that damaged tissue. And it's amazing. What they found out is that the older we get, the less stem cells we have that are working. It's like by the time we're 30 years old, half of our stem cells stop firing. Because, you slow down when you hit your 30s, right? By the time we're 60, they say 90-something% of all stem cell activity goes dormant. What does that mean? Well, at my age, and I won't give you an exact age, but I'll tell you one thing. When I was a teenager, I fall down, I get right back up. If I fall down right now, I might not get back up. Why? Thousands, millions, hundreds of millions of my stem cells have gone dormant. It's called aging. It's the process. Now, the question of the day is, how does this patch work? And what is allowing it to do what we say it's doing? Well, it's utilizing this. Look, guys, this is the term of the night. Write this down. Phototherapy. Okay? Phototherapy. Phototherapy is, let's break it down. What does photo mean? Photo means light. What does therapy mean? Therapy means to help or to rejuvenate, right? So photo rejuvenation. Light rejuvenation. It's amazing technology, and it's been around for a while. People say, well, I never heard of phototherapy or photo chemistry or any of that kind of stuff. Yes, you have. When we were young, I remember my grandma used to tell me, boy, you need some vitamin D. Go out in the sun, okay? And I was like, what do you mean, Grandma? Well, the sun is going to give you some vitamin D. And the doctor later on told us that, hey, look, natural vitamin D comes from the sun. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard that. There's no vitamin D being beamed down from space through sunlight. That's not what's happening. What's happening is the sun hits our skin. The ultraviolet radiation from the sun hits our skin, and there's what's called a biochemical reaction that tells our body to create more vitamin D. I'll give you another example. When you're out in the sun, your skin darkens for most people, right? That's a form of protection. It's producing melanin. So these biochemical reactions have been proven from light, from sunlight. Matter of fact, think about plants, something called photosynthesis. Plants use light for energy and food and growth. Look, bottom line is light is life. Okay, if we don't have light, we don't live. Bottom line. So what this phototherapy is, and I never forget, a friend of mine, when I started talking to people, I thought a lot of people know about this. A friend of mine had a red light canopy in her home. I'm like, what the heck is that? It's infrared frequencies of light that are used to rejuvenate the body. Spas have these things. So understand, this is not new technology, but what we're doing is new. See, inside of this little bitty patch, I'm going to take it off. I'm going to show you. There's a circle inside here, okay? And there's adhesive around the side so you can stick it on, and it's medical grade adhesive, so it's just like a Band-Aid. If you're not allergic to that Band-Aid, you won't be allergic to this. But look at that. In the center, that little white patch is patented nanocrystal technology. Now, nano simply means microscopic, very, very small. So very, very small crystals are inside that patch. Now, what do crystals do? If y'all remember from high school physical science, crystals reflect and refract light. Refraction means change the frequency. All right. So what happens is this patch utilizes the light from our body, changes the frequency of that light from our body, reflects it back into the body, and tells the body to start reactivating those dormant stem cells that are in your body. Now, see, understand something. The inventor of this patch, let me back up just a little bit, because we can't go straight from the patch to stem cells. There's a compound in between. Guys, I'm telling you guys, write this down. GHK-Cu, copper peptide. GHK-Cu. It's a naturally occurring compound in our bodies that was discovered back in 1973 by a scientist by the name of Lynn. Lynn Picard, out of the University of Minnesota, discovered this in blood, and he quickly went to work. This is 50 years ago now. This is way before LifeWave was even thought of. He went and tried to figure out, what is this compound, this GHK, this peptide called GHK-Cu. And what he found out was it helps reset genes. Through studies and studies, they found out over the years that there's a direct, check this out now, there's a direct correlation between the amount of GHK-Cu in our bodies and the activity of stem cells, okay? And they also found, as you get older, the body creates less GHK-Cu. So through clinical trials, they figured something out, that if you put more GHK-Cu in your body, you activate dormant stem cells. That is genius. Now, see, how was that even thought of? Well, the inventor of the patch said, heck, if the sun can produce vitamin D, what else could it produce? And just so happened the studies have came to light that GHK-Cu activates, rejuvenates, revitalizes dormant stem cells. Now that's very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. That means that, see, I had a friend that did stem cell injections and they didn't work. Stem cell injections have been going on for decades, right? A lot of people go outside of the country to get them because the regulations in the United States are so crazy, and the insurance won't pay for it. You might as well go somewhere where you can get them done the way you want to get them done. And a lot of people do that. So what they found out, though, is that it could get rejected because these stem cells are not well, I don't want to say they're not natural. They're just not what your body is expecting at that point. But if you reactivate your own dormant stem cells, they go to work to naturally rejuvenate and fix things the way God intended it. See, God gave us all the tools to heal our body. Science just has to boost it along sometimes, right? So look, it's non-transdermal. What does that mean? Ain't no medicine in this. Light is natural, right? So you don't have to worry about it interfering, having any adverse drug interactions with all your medications. Your GHK is already in your body. It's just producing more and helping your body to heal itself. So it's non-transdermal. People ask, well, what's in the patch? Where y'all getting them stem cells from? They're already in you. And we're using this patch to rejuvenate and reactivate them. Now, no drugs or chemicals, no stimulants, and it's non-invasive. Guys, I'm going to explain something to you in a little while, but I know this sounds different, and it is. Why? It's never been done before. It's never been done before. Now, why? That's a good thing, because if it's never been done before, that means we're ahead of the technology. We are the voice that's getting this out to people. Now, let me share something with you. Okay. This is the inventor and the CEO of LifeWave. His name is David Smith. David Smith has over 130 patents. Now, I know somebody with one patent, but I've never met nobody with two. And 130, the man must be knowing something about what he's doing, right? He's a scientist and inventor. He specializes in age reversing. People ask me, what's his degree in? What does he do? He's an inventor, guys. He's a scientist and a very well educated. I mean, one of the smartest people I've ever met. You know, in 2008, he focuses his attention on stem cell research. He's a two-time recipient of achievement award, a scientific achievement award in Europe, and he recently patented this product. Now, that might be the most significant thing we're going to talk about tonight, because if you're an entrepreneur, if you have that entrepreneurial mind, don't you want to have something that's exclusive? This patent took him 10 years and $4.5 million to bring to market. Do you think he's serious about what he's talking about, what he's doing? Absolutely. Now, there's a copy of the patent. Look here. Patented in when? July of 2020. Patented in July of 2020. So we still got what? 16, 17 more years of this exclusivity. Now look at this. In the patent, right here, in this patent, excuse me, let me get there we go. In the patent, right here, as a result of elevating copper peptide, including the activation of stem cells, improvement in energy, elevation, and it's right there in the patent. Guys, you don't get a patent for garbage. You don't get a patent. In order to get a patent, you got to prove that the product does what you say it does. There have been trials and clinical studies that prove what this is, and they had to do one strictly to even get the patent. You had to do one. So that's very, very powerful. Now, the company LifeWave is not a new phenomenon. It did just start with stem cell. The company's been around since 2004, 19-year-old company. So we have the best of both worlds. See, the stem cell reactivation patch just came along recently. Look at this. The company went from $20 million a year back in 2018, 2019 to $320 million growth in the last 3 years. Guys, hint, hint, clue, clue. Something is going on. 75 countries, over 75 countries now worldwide. So all this money is not coming from the United States. That's why it's been kept a secret. Some of you guys, this is one of the best kept secrets in our industry and in the medical or the field of regenerative medicine. You know, and it's not a Me Too product. When you're talking about being an entrepreneur, what's the worst thing you can have? Competition. Okay, somebody taking your money. Your consumers spending money somewhere else. There's a great home-based businesses out here. But let's face it, guys, it's tougher now than it used to be. You know, back when there wasn't a health food store on every corner, there wasn't a Whole Food store in every neighborhood, people sought out supplements and ways to improve their health. Now, I mean, you can walk up the street and get this. So a lot of the companies in the home-based business world are competing against not just themselves for people, but they're competing against the internet. They're competing against infomercials. They're competing against Walmart and Whole Foods. It's tough. I'm not saying the products aren't good. I utilize a lot of home-based products because you can track sometimes the quality. But the average person is going to choose simplicity and convenience over quality. Would you agree? With this patch, there's nowhere else to go. We're the only. Well, I've heard about. No, you haven't. You haven't heard about this. This is a patented technology. Anybody tries to copy it, they're gonna get shut down. Okay, so this is the only light therapy patch, non-invasive, no chemicals that's on the market right now. I love it. Now, what's the benefits of the X39? Increased strength, mental clarity, reduce inflammation, restore muscle or skeletal conditions, increase stamina, improve sleep, energy and vitality, improve skin appearance. Guys, you might be asking, oh my goodness, that's a lot. Read up on what stem cells do, and you will understand why. Now, I'm gonna tell you one of the most profound things on here is reduce inflammation. Do you guys know a lot of the problems that we experience, especially as we grow older, is because of inflammation in our bodies? If you can reduce that, and stem cells eat up inflammation. So if you can reduce that inflammation, what does it do for your overall quality of life and the prevention of some of the issues that can happen in our older age? Again, the X39, let me say this once again, is not designed or intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. What it does is allow our bodies to rejuvenate itself. It's some beautiful, guys. You say, well, this is sounds like something for seasoned people or baby boomers. My son is a high school basketball player. He puts a patch on every day, not because he's, his stem cell activity is because of the inflammation. He puts it on, it helps you recover faster from exercise. Okay. A lot of athletes, amateur and pro, are getting hip to stem cell rejuvenation. Okay. Now, guys, that's the short-term effects. What about long-term? You can go to thisisinfo.com to look at the case studies that prove the points I want to make right now. The first few days, 4,000 genes begin to reset. Within 6 weeks, the brain becomes balanced. I didn't know your brain could be unbalanced, but I don't want it to be. So, now I understand why some of my friends act the way they do. They're unbalanced. Give them a patch. But, it's an amazing. These have been backed up with studies, not just osmosis and speculation. This is not on trial. Within 3 months, your collagen is increased. Ladies, if you look at your high-end cosmetics, I'm talking about the expensive stuff, 9 times out of 10, you're going to see an ingredient that I talked about tonight. What is that? Not stem cells, copper peptide. Copper peptide helps create more collagen in our skin. What does collagen do? Help with wrinkles, help with skin appearance, all that good stuff. Great product for that. 6 months, the heart reverses in age. Now, I might get in trouble for this, but the patch is not supposed to cure anything. But let me tell you what happened to a friend of mine, congestive heart failure. Went to the doctor after a year of wearing the patch. The doctor said, I don't know what's going on, but you no longer have it. Now, hey, guys, it wasn't some sort of stem cells being shot in their body. It's their body rejuvenating itself. Guys, we got something that's incredible. And you got to understand, the guy was praying for something to come along. And he didn't know how it was going to come, but this came. How many people could you bless with something like this to help them? And again, everybody's body is different. Some people my wife was a one-patch wonder. So it took him months, right? It took me a month to get my knee pain out of my knee. But I kept wearing them because I believe the studies and I believe my friends, okay? How to wear the X39. You wear 12 hours on, 12 hours off. You throw it away, put it on again. So most people put it on in the morning, when they wake up, take it off at night. If you keep it on longer, not a big deal. I can tell you when I first started, a year ago, we've been around, a little bit over a year ago, I used to leave the thing on, forget to take it off. There's not a problem. If you leave it on for over 12 hours, it's not going to cause them no problems. It's just a matter of, the crystals de-energize after 14, 15 hours. So you don't have to worry about it. You just might have to get back on a different schedule, but keep doing it. Don't stop. Oh, I messed up. Keep wearing it. Drink plenty of water. Okay. Why? Stem cells got to move around the body. If you're dehydrated, they're stagnant again. Drink plenty of water, a lot of electrolytes if you can. and watch what can happen with your quality of life. Okay. Now, guys, I've been talking for a while, but there's nothing like hearing other people's stories. And I got a couple of my good friends, two of them. These are two of the people that when my wife had that reaction, I immediately said, I want some no nonsense friends. People are going to tell me the truth, not stroke my ego or tell me, yeah, I might have felt. I wanted some proof. Okay. And I didn't go after sick people. I didn't know if they were sick or not. That was like, I knew they were entrepreneurs. And I knew, but truth be told, they had issues I didn't know about. So the first person I want to bring on board is my good friend out of Houston, Texas, Mr. Z.R. Kendrick. Z.R. Kendrick is someone I have a lot of respect for. He's a real estate developer out in Houston, Texas. He's an entrepreneur. I didn't know what was going on with Z, but I am so glad, Z, you were one of the first people to give me a thumbs up and ready to go. Can you hear me, Z?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear. Thank
Take
you
it away,
very
sir.
much. Thank you for allowing me an opportunity to speak. And by the way, you are doing an incredible job on this overview tonight. I'm sitting here taking lots of notes, and I'm excited as I was when I first got started over 14 months ago. So, folks, listen, my story is quite simple. I wasn't a person who had a lot of pain. My blood pressure is great. My cholesterol is good. I don't take any medication. I'm in my late 60s. But I was getting a little bit winded in the middle of the day, and I would just shut down the office and come home and sit down for 30 minutes and kind of reset, try my best to avoid taking any vitamins. I've never taken vitamins in my life. And so I just, that person. And I remember a couple of days after using the patches, my body literally, the light just went off, and my energy level went through the roof. And I had this burst of energy I had not really felt in 20 plus years. So I got really excited about that. But one of the biggest problems that I had was sleep. I wasn't getting restful sleep. I was either getting up, going to the restroom, or when I wake up, my brain is already just ready to go. And I would go write my notes down to avoid forgetting what I need to write, what I need to do the following day. And so I couldn't get restful. I get 3 hours here, 4 hours there. My body never could really get a good night's rest. After a couple of days using this patch, folks, listen, I have been dreaming every night in the last 14 months. So my body's completely recharged. I'm just feeling so much different. And I really feel a lot better than I felt 14 months ago. And I've shared it with multiple of my friends, and everyone's come back with these incredible stories. So to be able to bless people with a technology like this to help them feel better, that's really what it's really all about. But to get paid to do it, I think that's really very special. So again, Ken, thank you a lot for allowing me to speak. Back to you, sir.
Hey, thank you for saying yes, Mr. Z.
Yes.
My wife and I are very grateful for your input in the beginning to tell us what you truly saw and increase our belief and our confidence. So thank you so much for sharing that. The next person is a good friend of mine here in Atlanta, Georgia, Verdita Monk. She's someone that I tell you, man, again, interior designer, owns her own business, entrepreneur. I didn't know what was going on physically. I said to myself, I want the sharpest people I know to give me their honest opinion about this technology, to review it. And I'm telling you, the feedback I got was phenomenal. Go ahead, Harvey and Verdita. Go right ahead. Here we go. Take it away.
Hey, thanks, Ken. You and Lynn are doing an awesome job. Thanks for the call. And I want to tell you, man, when we finally got together, because we were playing phone tag, and when you were telling me about the patches, you were so excited about the opportunity. And I was excited about the opportunity because you was excited about the opportunity. So then we got the patches, and I tell you, and you remember this, I said, Ken, I'm not a detailed person. But once we showed this to Verdita, it's on and popping. So I did take the patch, and what was going on in our house was every night before we got ready to go to bed, she was like, get up and go upstairs. Get up and go. I'm watching the game and everything. Get up and go upstairs. And I thought maybe just one time, but it was like weeks and months I was sleeping upstairs because she said I snored a lot. And I don't know if I snore because I'll be asleep. But anyway, I tried the patch, man, and she thought I was dead the next morning. I don't snore no more. I sleep in the same bed she sleep in now. I miss going upstairs because that was kind of my man cave. But again, thanks a lot. This patch has improved my health and it has increased our wealth. So I'm gonna let Verdita take it over from here. Thanks a lot, man.
Well, thank you so much again, Ken, for giving us that call, because this patch really has changed our lives. And just to piggyback on what Harvey was saying, you know, not being able to sleep, he was coughing and choking, and just it was just terrible and snoring really loud. And that is really a health respiratory issue. And so we hope that somebody out there hears this, because you know you can't take something like that lightly. And but what this patch has done for me is giving me all kinds of energy and mental clarity. As you heard Ken say, I'm an interior designer, so everything I do is a whole lot of details every single day. And you know, I used to get overwhelmed with all this, you know, things I had to do. But now I'm able to compartmentalize this. I'm comfortable, I'm calm, I don't worry about it. But you know, it's just amazing all the other people whose lives we've been able to change. And that's what we took away when we saw, see, we don't just like you, Z, we don't take medications or have any health issues. So we didn't think we would notice anything about the patch, but we put it on out of curiosity and obedience, just because Ken said to put it on. And then we had gotten on a call like this where we heard amazing testimony. So after we saw, we didn't expect it to stop him from snoring. So after we saw that happen, we said, you know what? There's a lot of people with a lot of issues out there that we need to help. And that's how it all started. We called Ken and says, look, we gotta do this. And we took it from there. And now we've touched thousands of people by, you know, if you tell a few people, they're going to tell a few, and it keeps going on. And we've touched thousands of lives in this process. So thank you again, Ken, for calling us, and thanks for allowing us to share.
Oh, wow. Wow. Thank you so much for that testimony. I appreciate it. You know, when y'all call me back and say, Harvey, stop snoring. Oh, my goodness. And guess what? I did too. It's amazing. You know, I used to get kicked. Harvey, I feel you. I used to get kicked out of the bedroom too, man. Lynn over here laughing at me. Anyway, guys, those testimonies, and we have so many. Man, you can go to thisisIt.team.com and see some of the other incredible testimonies, guys, and some of the conversations with physicians. And I mean, it's just so much out there that gives credibility to what it is we're talking about. So let's get back to the presentation, guys, so we can let you understand what's in this for you. How is this going to work in your life? Okay. Oh, here we go. Questions. People might have some questions. Guess what? Thisisitinfo.com. Write that down. Take a screenshot. Take your phone out. Take a picture of the computer screen. You want to remember this website. When people start asking you questions about this, don't become a biochemist. Okay. Don't become a doctor if you're not one. Right. Thisisitinfo.com. All the case studies, conversations with physicians that are much more knowledgeable than we are. Credibility comes on that website, and there's no recruiting there. There's no gathering of your information. It's strictly a one-way website from the internet to you. You can record, a lot of links to different websites like the government, where the patents is, all kinds of stuff is there. This is where I send people to ask me a bunch of questions. Thisisitinfo.com. Do not let your people judge you. Let them judge the information, okay? Now, what's in it for you? Well, what's more important to you? I mean, what are the most important things in your life? You know, we talk about, money. Money is bad for you. I'm not somebody that always, I'm not money hungry. I don't care nothing about no money. I heard that my granddad was a pastor of a church here in Atlanta, and I was raised by my grandparents. Money is the root of all evil, And it's the old Baptist religion, right? And fire and brimstone, and I grew up under not understanding how poor we were, because we were happy, but to realize that after I got older, I'm like, man, some things you need money for. I mean, think about this. We understand money doesn't buy you love. Money's not going to buy you happiness. But what determines the quality of the food we eat? Money. What determines the safety of the neighborhood we live in? Money. What determines the quality of the education your children get? Money. So money is not everything, but it ranks right up there next to oxygen. Okay. In America, if you ain't got it, you ain't free. So you talk about freedom. Well, you about as free as your bank account in this country. All right. So understand something. We got to have that money conversation. And I don't want to turn anybody off. But think about this, guys. If you can help people, like Verdita talked about, they weren't hurting for money, but they saw an opportunity to help a lot of people, and money was just a byproduct of that. Have that kind of conversation with your mind. I don't need no more money. Well, what if you made more money? You could donate it all to the church. Think about all the things you can do with money. If money wasn't, let me tell you something. What I figured out, there's a whole nother life on the other side of money. Okay, if you don't like it, you can always come back, right? So let's talk about some money. Now, this compensation plan, okay, is a commission compensation. A lot of people, if you work a 9-to-5 hourly job, salary job, maybe you're not used to commissions. You don't understand commissions, and I get that. But commissions, I'm telling you, the wealthiest people on the planet get paid commissions. Why? Because you get paid for what you're worth, not what somebody thinks you're worth. See, at your job, whatever you do for a living, if you work a job, you're never going to make more than your manager. It'll disrupt the entire sequence of events at the company. If somebody, underling, out-earned the district manager, they ain't going to let that happen. Here, guys, I remember when I saw this type of compensation plan many years ago, and the product made sense. It was the right time for me in my life. I hated my job. When I say I hated my job, my boss was an idiot. Okay, he had half the education, making twice the money, and he just got on my nerves. And when I went to my first presentation for a commission like this, I said, unbelievable. Unbelievable. You mean to tell me I can earn residual income or mailbox money by doing something one time? Get a customer or a brand partner here. You think Lynn is not, you think Harvey and Verdita, Lynn, my wife, is going to let, or me, it's going to let $99 a month stand in the way of us feeling better and having a better quality of life? No. Look at all those benefits. I got friends telling me stuff that I'm scared not to wear the patch now. I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't know what's going on in my body. Some things might be happening I have no clue about, right? You may want it to work on your elbow and it goes to your liver because that's where the problem is. So understand, guys, we have a situation that people reorder these in abundance. Now, let me just tell you something right quick. I'm going to talk about the commissions and how they work. There ain't no guarantees. You can't guarantee anything in any business to anybody. There's no guarantee the money I'm going to talk about right now, any of you guys are going to make, but it's being made. And if one can, you can, right? So let's talk about this. This one way, I'm going to talk about two ways we get paid. One is called the team commissions. You can literally earn up to $25,000 a week. We get paid weekly, up to $25,000 a week in team commissions. You build a left team and a right team. When the volume matches up, boom, a bonus is generated, and you can cycle these bonuses unlimited amount of times all the way up to $25,000. Okay? Now, we can get into the details a little bit later in our training, but understand this. It's the concepts that matter, not the numbers. Understand this concept. You're now incorporating the efforts of other people to generate residual income, to build wealth for yourself and your family. You can out-earn. I remember when I saw this for the first time, I got started. I out-earned everybody in my quote-unquote upline all the way to the top of the company. So you're not relegated just because you came in under somebody that you got to make less than everybody else, and this is one of those pyramid things. This is not like that, okay? This is a commission structure where if you go to work, you get paid. Now, understand what this means. Anybody out there that has ever owned their own business with employees, I'm not talking about being self-employed. I'm talking about having a business with employees. I've done it. If you got more than 4 employees, it's like running an adult daycare. You got to deal with your issues, their issues, their family issues, they grandmama issues. You got to deal with the coworker issues. It's all kinds of issues. You got to deal with the government, with taxes, with all kinds. Man, I'll tell you something. Owning a business ain't as easy as people think. Here, you got the benefits of the employer without the headache of employees. Say that again. What does an employer benefit? Incorporating the efforts of other people to build wealth. They don't do that at my job. Yes, they do. You work for them. I remember when I saw this for the first time, this whole commission structure. See, I'm an engineer. We didn't work on commissions. But I remember looking at my job and how much money I made that company in projects. I supervised $1 million projects, and they, in my eyes, they paid me peanuts. Okay. And when I looked at this for the first time, the guy that did the presentation, I walked up to him, asked him questions, and talked to him. And I said, hey, man, I said, why would I want to get started in a business like this to make somebody else money? And he looked at me and said, Ken, how long you been working? Stuck out my chest. Oh, yeah, I'm an electrical engineer. I've been working for 7 or 8 years right now, I think. And he said, well, you've been helping other people make money for 7 or 8 years. And now you want to stop? So understand, guys, we're being incorporated into the efforts of other people all the time at our jobs. And this is no different, except now you control what you make. Now, if you don't fully understand this, you definitely gonna understand this. This is real simple, straightforward. This is the second way I want to talk about, and we're gonna wrap this up. It's called matching bonuses. It's enough. People say, well, I don't like binaries. Well, this is not a pure binary. This is a hybrid. You got the binary team commissions, then you got the uni-level matching bonuses. And guys, you don't understand what all that now. I'm talking to people that maybe have a little experience in home-based businesses, but you'll understand this. 25%. Okay, 25% of everybody you enroll, when they make a check, you get 25% of that check. That means if you enroll me, I go out and I make $500 this week in the team commissions. You make 25% of that, or $125, and you know it's my money. It doesn't affect. I still get my $500, but you're getting 25% of my check, and it doesn't affect my check whatsoever. You can introduce as many people as you want in that first generation. So what if you got 10 people that do that? What's 10 times 125? That's $1,250. Okay, sounds a little bit better, but it gets even better because I know people you don't know. See, I knew Z. I knew Harvey and Vidita. You don't know those people. If you were getting 20% of what they earn right now, you would be like, okay, I like this. 20%, but let's bring a number, real number. Let's say both of them make, I don't know, let's do it low end, $1,000 in a week. What's 20% of 1,000? $200 times 2 people that I introduced that you don't know. That's $400 coming back to you, plus the 125 we talked about. That's $525 this week, and you haven't even met Harvey and Vidita or Z. Well, they know people that you and I don't know. That's your third level, 20% there. You getting my drift? This could be extraordinary, okay? Extraordinary. And again, there's no guarantees, but if you talk to people and you patch folk, you're going to get some people to buy some of these. I can't guarantee you, but if you open your mouth, you're going to get paid, okay? Now, look at this. The person that invited you on this Zoom has this form, or they can send you a link to get started. Now, you got some choices to make when you get that link. What are those choices? Well, these are business building packages, okay? Silver, gold, or diamond. Now, again, this is a business conversation. You can always be a customer and pay $150 retail for this product if you want to, okay? You can do that. But why do that when you can get a silver pack, 3 of these for $300 instead of 1 for $150, okay? So this is that silver pack, and it's a good place to start, okay? But if you really want to build this to the top of the comp plan, you need to be gold or higher. Why is that? Gold pack allows you to get promoted throughout the comp plan to earn up to $25,000 in a week in that team bonus. Here, your cap is $100 in a week. Silver pack, your cap is $100 a week. Now, again, it's not where you start, it's where you end up. Guess what this company allows you to do? They'll let you buy 2 additional sleeves once you come in as a silver, and you'll be upgraded to gold. You don't have to pay the whole $499 to buy 5 new sleeves. So if you want to stick your toe in it, fine. But I'm telling you guys, this is where I came in, okay? This is where Z came in. This is where Harvey and Vedita came in. It's called the Diamond Pack. You say, well, whoa. How many of these is in there? 19 for $1,600. That's $84 per sleeve instead of $99 a sleeve. You see the difference. So if you are someone that has a practice, or if you want to sell these, wouldn't it be better? Wouldn't it increase your profit margin to get more? But that's not the reason I did it. I did it because I knew people that wanted to get started fast. And I wanted to be my own mini warehouse. I didn't want them waiting for the package to get shipped from San Diego. See, I wanted to be able to loan them some product to get them started. When I met Harvey, like we were doing a drug deal, opened the trunk and gave him some stuff, and met him right off the exit over there in one of the unsavory neighborhoods in Atlanta, but that was the closest exit. And we said, hey, look, man, let's get this done. And I gave him a sleeve. I said, man, when you get your package, give it back. Matter of fact, I gave him 2. So understand, it really helps your business go fast. The other reason I got started as Diamond is my enrollers told me, he said, all right, Ken, you know, because I said, look, if gold is the highest position you can get to the top of comp plan, I'm going to the top. So I just get a goal and say that extra money. He said, okay, do you know anybody that may want to come in as Diamond? I said, probably. He said, well, the bonuses double when you're a Diamond enrolling a Diamond. In other words, there's an extra $300. You get grandfathered in at a position called senior director, okay, for your first 90 days. You don't have to do any recurring order for 90 days. It's an amazing place to start because you don't have to worry about your monthly subscription or auto ship for 3 months, the first month and 2 additional months. But also, you get increased bonuses because you're grandfathered in at a higher position. And he said to me, he said, hey, if you don't become a Diamond, those extra bonuses roll up to the first available Diamond, which is me. And I said, nah, Steve, you ain't getting my money. Sign me up as a Diamond. I'm a little money motivated, and he pushed my buttons when he said that. So guys, again, it's not where you start, it's that you start. Now, the importance of being on a monthly subscription. In order to get paid, you have to place an order every month. At the minimum, 1 sleeve, $99 to keep your points. If you don't, they will flush a week after you don't place an order. You don't want your points because the points are like dollars. You don't want those dollars to go away. You want them to be banked for future use. You want to be on a monthly subscription, okay? If you want to, once you become a manager above, that means you qualify for $1,500 a week. The monthly subscription goes up to 2 sleeve. But in order to maintain your points and get started, it's only 1. Look, the bottom line is this. If you're building a business, don't you need inventory? Let's say if you come in as a silver or gold, you're going to run out of patches. Because if you're telling people about this and you're sampling folks, you'll be surprised how fast that can go, but it'll bring your money back fast, right? I tell people there's 3 kinds of ways we get paid: immediate income, living income, and retirement income. The immediate income is as you introduce these packages, bonuses are given within minutes. You introduce a silver pack, within minutes, you'll see $50 in your back office. You introduce a gold pack, within minutes, you'll see $100 in your weekly money that will be paid out 10 days from that day. If you come bringing a Diamond, $500 in minutes pops up into your commissions. Okay, so that's immediate income. That'll get you your money back in your pocket. What's the living income? Living income is what we talked about, those commissions. See, that money will let you stop ignoring that check engine light that's on in your car. You say, well, I'll wait the next emission. As long as my car starts. It'll make you address some of those issues that you've been ignoring, that living income. And of course, retirement income, it'll either get you there faster or get you there more comfortably. Okay, so we have some incredible residual income. I tell you right now, guys, over half the money that's coming in right now to Lynn and I's bank account is residual. not bonuses that fluctuate every month. Residual cash flow. That's huge because people are reordering. Now, we don't leave you out to dry. We teach you step by step, word for word, how to make this work. The core of our system is located at thisisitteam.com. Thisisitteam.com, right here. Thisisitteam.com. What you want to do, go to that website. If you're getting involved, that's the website you want to go to. If you just want to get more information about the X39 technology, is thisisitinfo.com. But understand something. This system has some strategies in it that'll blow your mind. It'll teach you step by step, word for word, how to make this business work. Let me share something with you real quick before I wrap this up. Here we go. Now, what I'm going to do real quick is go to thisisitteam.com. You want to go to this website and right quick, a lot of information is there, but right quick, get to this area. It's called the Pro Strategy, P-R-O. Patch people, revisit them, and present the opportunity. It's that simple. We got videos. If you're a visual person, we have things written down that you can print out and take with you and study. So this is an incredible system that we have in place. And this Pro Strategy is something that you guys want to utilize because that is duplicatable. Remember something. It's not what works. You might have the gift of gab. It's not what you can do, is what other people can do that you introduce it to. It's not what works, it's what duplicates. Very, 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 very important. All right. So the Pro Strategy. Now, guys, in wrapping this up, let me call them up. Say, look, guys, I heard, girlfriend, brother, I heard something incredible. I can't explain it to you, but listen to what I heard. I'm gonna send you this link and watch how your business can grow. It can domino with that. When you got this kind of support, it's an incredible what can happen. Okay. So we're gonna be doing this again, like I said, 10 o'clock. Okay. Now, guys, it's decision time. Okay. Some of you guys already in. Some of you guys, after you said I could have shut up 15 minutes into this. When I mentioned stem cell reactivation instead of stem cell injections, you were in. Great. Now you get with the person that invited you on this Zoom, get their link or send them your information. Maybe fill out that form, take a picture, send it back so they can place you in the tree so you can start to earn money. But more importantly, so you can get your package in the mail and you can start building your business. I look at this as we're pioneers. Okay. And I'm gonna leave something with you that struck me. I remember when I was a kid, I loved Star Trek. Right. And Star Trek, I never forget. When Captain Kirk would bring out that communicator, say, and then he'd be on the speakerphone talking to somebody up in space. I said, wow, that'll never happen. Then we came out with flip phones. Now people are talking on speakerphones to people across the world. And if they could beam it into space. Guys, just because we don't have it yet just because you don't understand it doesn't mean it's not going to permeate through society. Think about what the phone has done for our lives. We don't understand how the phone works. I don't understand fully how this works. All I know it does. And if I can get ahead of some trend, see, if you can get ahead of a trend and have the technology to capture the baby boomers and the people that really, really, truly need this, that's all the entrepreneur wants. And we have as a friend of mine says, we have the cookie, we have the product this is it. Okay. We have a product that speaks for itself. If you're not a talker, just go around and patch some folks. My point though is we're at the cutting edge of technology. If somebody hasn't heard about it, that's a good thing. If your doctor hasn't heard about it, that's a good thing. Realize something. Doctors are some of the smartest people on the planet. When I get hurt, I'm not going to Whole Foods. I'm going to a doctor. Okay. If I get shot, ran over by a car, broke my legs, I ain't going to the health food store. I'm going to a doctor. So doctors are very important, and they help us with curing a lot of issues that we have, right? They know things that we don't know. But guess what? They were taught these things. Matter of fact, I have a friend that's a pharmaceutical salesperson. They teach doctors what the new prescriptions so they can prescribe them to you. But the scientists and the biochemists invent these drugs, not doctors. Some doctors do, but most doctors don't. So just because they don't understand it doesn't mean it doesn't work. Engineers invent the tools that doctors use. CT scan machines. The doctor didn't figure out how to do that. X-ray machines, stethoscope. These are tools. The thing they look down your ear with. That these are tools that the doctor uses to help us with our health. That's all this is. It's another tool. And because doctors don't know about it, it's a good thing. Why? We're at the cutting edge of it. We're in the beginning. If everybody knew about it, there would be no opportunity. Guys, don't be the one that when this becomes a household name, you're going to say, man, I heard about that a year or two ago. My friend such and such was doing that, and I didn't know it was going to be this big. I had no idea. Man, I thought it was one of them pyramid things. And then when this thing becomes a household term, when regenerative medicine is a part of standard issue treatment, where can you be if you bring it to the masses today? Don't let, like this commercial say, don't let the future you get mad at the present you because you didn't take advantage of something at the ground floor. Guys, the choice is yours. Again, get started. It's not where you start, it's that you start. And on behalf of Lynn and myself, I want to thank you guys for joining us. We're going to move right into motivational Monday.